play.
Singapore, let's play!
Good evening and welcome to the Mariners EPS 2019 curtain call. This is going to be a T20 encounter between the Mariners EPS World 11 and the Mariners EPS Singapore 11. We've had a fantastic tournament comprising both a 50-over leg and a T20 leg, where the Crimsons and the Crescents emerged champions respectively. Today's game, if we are to go by what's happening throughout the tournament, should be another fantastic match. It's a beautiful Saturday evening here at the Indian Association Cricket Ground in Balestier Road, Singapore. Let's have a look at the wicket on where the action is going to be taking place. Once again, it's a rock-hard surface and it looks like it's going to be beautiful for batting. It will take a bit of spin as the day progresses and also assist the new ball bowlers in the first 15 overs. The lightning quick outfield would once again be conducive for batting, and I wouldn't be surprised if the team winning the toss would elect to bat first. We will join you shortly with the toss.
Singapore, let's play.
Singapore, let's play!
Yes.
Calling captain here. My money come here. You spin, guys.
Wearing spikes.
This is heads. Head is head. Tail is tail. Okay. Spin on the pitch. Whenever you're ready.
Please go ahead.
Heads.
Which is the call?
Yeah, it's tail.
Right, Amjad, what's it going to be?
We are going to ball first.
Any particular reason?
No, nothing, but hopefully we can restrict them a lower total. Then our batsmen can easily defend.
It's been a wonderful tournament. You will be looking to finishing it off in a high.
Yeah, hopefully, inshallah, we will win this tournament and end nicely. Hope we can do better.
What do you think is going to be a good score to restrict World 11 to?
I think 130 to 140 will be a good total to defend. We know that they have some good hitters, some good players. So hopefully we can bowl in the good area and can get them out.
Good luck for the game.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Roger, what would you have done had you won the toss?
Seriously, we wanted to bat first, so I think everything has gone to our way. Cricket always starts with a toss, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's already decided it's bowling first, but we wanted to bat first.
It's been a wonderful EPS tournament. You've been part of the 50-over leg and the T20 leg, and you've been a great ambassador of Uganda. How was your experience?
Actually, I was so happy to come here and then to play with a different pitch. We don't have the pitch like this back home. Always we have a pitch like as grass on green. So this pitch was so beautiful to bat on, and it's a good experience to take back home. And we will come back. We want to come back and play the next year if God wills. It's been good for us.
What do you think is going to be a good total on this wicket batting first?
I think 160 will be good for us because we have good bowlers. Myself, Charles, Tafara, and some two Pakistan bowlers are very good. So I think we want to put on 160, 150 will be a defending score.
Roger Mukasa, good luck for the game.
Thank you very much.
There you have it. The SG Stars have won the toss, and the World 11 will be asked to bat first, and we'll join you shortly with the live commentary.
Singapore, let's play.
Singapore, let's play!
Good evening and welcome to the live telecast for this curtain call of the Mariners EPS 2019. What a wonderful tournament it has been. Today's game between the Mariners EPS SG11 and the Mariners EPS World 11. Amjad Mehboob captaining the EPS SG11. Roger Mukaza from Uganda captaining the World 11. The SG11 winning the toss, electing to field. And coming into opening the batting for the World 11, Roger Mukaza and Karabo Motlanthe from Botswana. What a great advertisement this has been for Singapore Cricket. Singapore Cricket Association putting on a wonderful show. There you see the two 11s. Aditya Rangasamy, Siddhant Srikanth, Roger Mukaza, Shahrukh Dar, Charles Weisver, Karabo Motlanthe, Tafara Chingwara, James Cox, Ghulam Mortaza, Amiruddin Azhar, and Shavin Munyandi, comprising the World 11. Amjad Mehboob captaining the EPS SG11. Ahan Nacha, Navin Param, Rohan Rangarajan, Chetan Suryavanshi, Prashin Param, Janak Prakash, Reza Ghaznavi, Ariman Uchil, Siddhant Singh and Manpreet Singh, the wicket keeper. This is going to be a great game of cricket. It's a wonderful crowd here building at the Indian Association in Balestier Road under lights. Non-striker is Roger Mukaza. I beg your pardon. Batsman is Roger Mukaza. Non-striker Karabo Motlanthe. Amjad Mehboob starting off proceedings. First one wide down the leg side. Third man and fine leg. Beg your pardon, deep third man and deep backward square leg. The fielders patrolling the boundary. We have a heavily fortified offside ring, the backward point, cover, short extra cover and a mid-off. There's a short fine leg, mid-wicket and mid-on the leg side. Roger Mukaza looking to assess the pace of the pitch. He's had a very good EPS thus far, collecting a couple of Man of the Match awards. He was a great ambassador of Ugandan cricket. That was a beauty of a delivery. Amjad Mehboob straight away, threatening. Very experienced bowler. Can move the ball both ways, off the wicket and in the air. Very experienced campaigner and a fighter on the field. Wonderful chap off the field. This occasion drifting on the pads. Karabo Motlanthe getting some bat to it, guiding it on its way. 4 runs. SG11 looked like they preferred to chase down. The wicket should be consistent throughout the 40 overs. Certainly looked like it was good for batting. What a magnificent shot that was. Slightly pitched up. Roger Mukasa unleashing a ferocious lofted off drive over the infield. Went like a tracer bullet. 4 runs. Had a little chat with Roger before the game started. Was extremely happy with the hospitality and his entire stay in Singapore and the experience. No doubt he will have fond memories to share when he goes back to Kampala. And on this occasion, Amjad erring, dropping it slightly short. Roger Mukasa gleefully accepting, swirling and pulling it around for 4. Backward a square. It's a very good start for the World 11. Amjad jagging one back. Roger Mukasa struck slightly below the belt. That's not funny if you're the batsman. Seem to have gone down in installments. He's a fighter, he'll continue. Big thanks to all our sponsors right throughout this Mariners EPS, Mariners Cricket Club, KTP Exports Private Limited, Synergy Physiotherapy and Sports, Charm Green, the Landmark Hotel. Wonderful supporters of cricket they have been. And these beautiful pictures coming to you courtesy of the team of Dharmichan Muleva at Sportigo Live. Looks like Ahan Acha will be continuing. Spin straight away from the Serangoon Road end. There's a deep mid wicket and a long off. Hanacha has been really impressive, bowling extremely good lines, picking up wickets even while he was bowling in the power play overs.
Boys, all together, boys. Come on, boys. Work hard, boys. Work hard, boys.
Manpreet Singh very lively behind the stumps. Siddhant Singh now being brought into a catching position. Wide slip. He's got a new hairdo, the youngster. Quick single scampered there, leg by. Karbo Matlanka responding to the call by his partner. This is good intelligent cricket. Karabo understanding Roger Mukasa seeing the ball and hitting it well. His job would be to rotate it and make sure he gets on strike frequently.
Off. Raise. Off stump. Raise up.
Arjun Menon coaching the Mariners EPS World 11 today, and Singapore national coach Bilal Assad coaching the Mariners EPS Singapore 11 today. Great job the coaches have done right throughout the tournament. So Hamdullah Khan not here with us today. He's the coach of the Crescents that won the T20 leg of the EPS. Very good delivery. Hanacha straight away hitting a line and length. Never does give much away. Chetan Suryavanshi there in the covers. Shot on that occasion. Roger Mukasa does not miss out. He's in very good form. He puts that away easily. There's not much room for error. The lightning quick outfield at the Indian Association does the rest once you beat the infield.
Chalo boys, all together boys, come on boys. ये बोला है lefty boys by lefty.
Naveen Param there. Mid on, not gathering cleanly. And what a wonderful job the ground staff has done producing these excellent consistent wickets. It's a very good delivery. Beats the outside edge of Karabo Matlanka. We are served some delicious jackfruit by Aparna, one of our curators at the ground here. Thanks for the hospitality.
No ball, no, Reza.
Very good delivery there. Reza Ghaznavi sweeping in on that. Amjad Mehbab will be continuing from the Balestier Road end. He plays his cricket here at the Indian Association. Knows this track like the back of his hand. He would want to pull things back. Going for 13 in his first over. He's a competitor. Always looking to take wickets. Dangerous bowler. And Roger Mukasa straight away drills it past mid-off. Magnificent shot. Hit it on the up. That's testament to how good this wicket is for batting. Mr. Mahesh Kumar, the chief curator, and his team having done a wonderful job preparing the ground and the wickets. It's a very good comeback. This occasion giving no room. The Mariners EPS 2019 has been a great platform to allow Singapore cricketers, emerging youngsters in Singapore at the development squads of under 19 and under 17 to mix with regional and international players, improve and pride their skills. It's been a great showcase of the Singapore Cricket Association. Roger Mukasa trying to open his face and guide it down to third man. Amjad taking the pace off that delivery. The World 11 going at 9.2 runs an over at the moment. They'll be pleased with this start. 23 for the loss of no wickets. Way into the third over. Rohan Rangarajan doing the fielding at backward point. So very sharp, quick, athletic fielder. Good safe pair of hands. Once again, varying his pace and length, not allowing the batsman to get into any sort of rhythm. Roger Mukaza, you feel he missed out on that with the fine leg being up. It's been a good comeback by Amjad to conceding 4 in the first ball. Can he finish off strongly? It's a very good delivery and a good bit of fielding there. Prashin Param in the covers. Tall young man throwing himself to his left. The big levers preventing the ball from getting through. At the end of 3 overs, the EPS World 11, 23 for the loss of no wicket. It's a wonderful party atmosphere here today on this Saturday evening at the Indian Association Cricket Ground. Crowd building, enjoying the festivities, good cricket. Nacha continuing from the Serangoon Road end. Karabo Motlanka. Composed. Playing it safely. Rizal Ghaznavi there in the covers.
Chalo boys, all together boys, come on boys.
Tucks it away. To backward square leg for a single. Brings Roger Mukaza back on strike. Roger Mukaza certainly the more active of the two in this partnership, scoring 21 runs thus far. That's a magnificent hit. Stand and deliver. Roger Mukaza has launched Ahanacha into the night sky. Effortless swing through the line of the ball. And that's gone a long way. He seemed calm and relaxed at the toss, Roger Mukaza. Certainly doing the business for the World 11 today. Young Aditya Karla doing the 12th man duties for the World 11. Young Singapore under 17. What a great experience for him to share the changing room with these senior cricketers, pick up a few pearls of wisdom. Will certainly do his future cricket a world of good. And that's what this EPS has been all about. Developing youngsters and developing Singapore cricket. Saad Khan Janjua, the CEO of Singapore Cricket. Very proud man. And the Singapore Cricket Association and its EXCO. They're very proud and pleased about the proceedings of this tournament. Putting on a great show. Delicately tapped away. Karabo Motlanka straight away calling no, making sure his partner has enough time to get back. Good bit of cricket. Young Janak Prakash at short third man, quickly sweeping in on that. Siddhant Singh on that occasion, extra cover. 7 runs conceded off that over, considering that the 6 had been hit. Good job to pull it back by young Ahanacha. At the end of 4 overs, World 11 30 for the loss of no wickets. There's a change of bowling now at the Balestier Road end. Chanak Prakash marking his run up. Another youngster that's come up through the ranks. Homegrown player. Through the development stages, through the under-19s. Was the captain of the SG Crimsons during the EPS 2019. Missed a few games due to his national service duties, but is back for this game against the World 11. Very talented medium pacer, strongly built. He'll be looking to make an impression. About halfway through the run-up. Amjad Mehbab skippering the EPS SG11, having a chat to the youngster, sure giving him a few words of encouragement and advice. Starts off with a wide straight away, also conceding an extra run. Manpreet Singh doing a good job to get a hand to it. Certainly saved 2 runs for his team. The SG11 need to be careful about extras. The World 11 team today comprising of nationals from England, Malaysia, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Pakistan. It's a wonderful combination. Roger Mukaza advances, gets an outside edge, it's running down to the backward point boundary for 4. 2 fielders from the SG11, Reza Ghaznavi and Rohan Rangarajan converging at the boundary. That was struck firmly and had enough legs to get to the boundary. Roger Mukaza rapidly advancing to 31 off 19 deliveries. This is a very good start here by the EPS World 11. Let's see how the SG11 come back into the game now. That's another wide. 6 fours and a 6 already. We're only in the 5th over. The EPS World 11 batsmen have made sure that they have not left any loose ball go unpunished. Already 4 wides. And that's a very good delivery. Chanak Prakash bending his back, bowling a searing Yorker. And we have amidst us this evening His Excellency the Ambassador of Zimbabwe, keeping an eye on proceedings. The crowd certainly building at the Indian Association Cricket Ground. This being a Saturday evening, it's a wonderful time to come down and watch cricket. Ball being drilled away to sweeper cover. Reza Ghaznavi patrolling the sweeper boundary. Gets to it quickly. Keeps the running down to 1. The way Roger Mukaza has been batting has allowed Karabo Matlanka to take his own sweet time. But it's imperative that he gets a move on here as well. Some much better delivery. Janak Prakash now settling into a good line and length here. It's a deep third man and a deep fine leg. Patrolling the boundaries. An offside cordon of backward point, cover, extra cover, and a straightish mid-off. The leg side, backward square leg, mid-wicket and mid-on.
Over.
Karabo Motlanka there. Unable to make use of that leg side delivery.
Sir, both two wide sir over.
Yeah, one more. One more. Yeah.
Amjad bhai, दो wide डाले थे.
Two wide.
Okay.
Crowd certainly building up here. The families coming down to watch the cricket, bringing their children, enjoying some lovely cuisine at the Indian Association, their favorite cold brew. Umpire Sarika Prasad ensuring that the correct number of deliveries will be sent down, recalling Janak Prakash to bowl the last delivery of the 5th over. Karabo Motlanka scampering through for a quick single. Siddhant Singh, the diving effort, can't stop the one. At the end of 5 overs, the EPS World 11 39 for the loss of no wickets.
Chalo, boys, all together, boys. Come on, boys. Left here, left here.
Looks like there'll be another change in the bowling. Rohan Rangarajan being introduced. From the Serangoon Road end.
हाँ ठीक है.
He did a good job during the EPS T20 leg, capturing 8 wickets. Was the 3rd highest wicket taker and was the highest run scorer by far, by more than 100 runs. A wonderful tournament. Straight away to a good line and length. This young man has certainly grabbed the opportunity with both hands, putting in solid performances and more importantly consistently.
Chalo, boys, chalo, boys.
He's a wonderful fielder, wonderful batsman and a very handy bowler as well.
Well, Range.
Karabo Motlanka would feel he missed out on that. He certainly needs to switch gears here.
Raise.
In T20 you cannot afford to eat up too many deliveries, and he's 2 off 11.
Amji.
Straight away puts Roger Mukaza on strike, and that's really all he has to do. Make sure the scoreboard keeps ticking and get Roger Mukaza on strike, who's being middling the ball and striking it beautifully.
ठीक है, good. हाँ अंदर आजा. चेतन भाई. आजा.
The SG11, if they can starve Roger Mukasa off the strike, that might add some pressure on him and may result in getting his wicket. Reza Ghaznavi there, short mid-wicket. That ball has been blasted through extra cover, runs down to the boundary for 4. Roger Mukasa is putting on a show here in the final, making some room for himself and swinging the arms freely. Wonderful shot through the cover ring. Usually during the EPS, his role was to bat through, but today he seemed to be the aggressor. Once again, Rohan Rangarajan tucking Roger Mukasa up. At the end of 6 overs, the EPS World 11 44 for the loss of no wickets. These two openers certainly building a good launch pad for the power strikers of the EPS World 11 to come. They have in their ranks the likes of Shahrukh Dar, who certainly can hit it a long way. It's going to be Siddhant Singh from the Serangoon Road end. Another youngster that has really grabbed his opportunity. Played a wonderful hand the other day, but that would do his confidence a world of good. Sporting a new hairdo. Youngsters very much into fashion these days. Why not? Also explained to me during the dinner last evening that he's been following a very strict diet regime and workout regime, and has resulted him getting in far better shape. Karabu Matlanka turns it around the corner to deep fine leg. Manpreet Singh indicating to the field that deep fine leg to send it on the bounce. Yes, and young Siddhant Singh certainly improving his fitness. And has become very handy cricketer with the bat, ball, and on the field as well. Always gives 100%. Absolutely a team man. He's a wonderful character, both on and off the park. Always has a smile on his face. Roger Mukasa looking to swing that away. Gets a bit of an edge. Ball trickling to deep third man. Arima Nuchil doing the fielding there. Karabu Matlanka batting smartly here, making sure he keeps rotating the strike. Keeps getting Roger Mukasa frequently back at the striker's end. EPS World 11 47 for the loss of no wickets. Young Siddhant Singh trying to throw down the stumps of his own fielding. He plays the game hard. Leaves everything on the park. And that's the way you should be. Very good experience for this youngster as well. And this wonderful platform, the Mariners EPS, has given the opportunity for both local players in Singapore and development squad players from under 17 to under 19s to mix with international players. This has been a good over thus far by young Siddhant Singh. And that was curtains at the non-striker's end, had that struck. Roger Mukasa taking a risky single, being called through by Karabo Motlanka. Rohan Rangarajan quickly sweeping in. Had it hit, it would have been all over. But it looks like Roger Mukasa's day. As they say, luck favors the brave. A big thanks to all our sponsors and donors. Mariners Cricket Club, KTP Exports Private Limited, Synergy Sports and Physiotherapy, Charm Green Engineering and the Landmark Hotel. It's a good top ball.
Over. The one ball, right? I like it, boy. He's dead. Ala. Boys, out to the boys.
We also have in the com box here the Chief of SSI, Mr. Tobun Hee, Shirley from Sports SG. A big thanks to all of you for the support that you have extended to embrace and improve Singapore cricket. That's a wonderful shot as we speak. And that certainly has been a boost to bring all these international players and host this wonderful tournament. And we look forward to the continuous support from all of you. Rohan Rangarajan, been flat batted to long on. Both batsmen looking to scamper two.
Lefty boys. Anja.
8 fours and a 6 thus far in this innings. Manpreet Singh very live behind the stumps. And an outside edge. Karabo Motlanka will accept that, and so will the EPS World 11. 4 runs. No slips in place, this being a T20. And especially given the start that the EPS World 11 has got. That resulting in that outside edge going for 4. Now he seems to be getting in his groove, Karabo Motlanka, turning it around for a single. This game today being adjudicated by 2 very experienced umpires. The most senior umpire in Singapore, Mr. Sarika Prasad, supported by Mr. Balraj Manikand. Roger Mukasa looking to advance. Rohan Rangaraj alert to the fact. Changing his line and length. It's a very good delivery. It's a good battle going on here. Oh, that's a little bit of the dancing shoes, Roger Mukasa. Showing his swinging feet. Once again, smashed away backward of square. He seemed to have put off Rohan Rangaraj with that previous disco feet. Roger Mukasa putting on an exhibition here, batting beautifully. And at the end of 8 overs, the world 11-62 for the loss of no wicket. It's a healthy run rate of 7.75 and a great platform being built for the big hitters to come. Looks like Siddhant Singh will continue from the Balestier Road end. Played away to Cowers. Patrolled by Rohan Rangarajan. That certainly is a wide. Young Siddhant Singh bowling a very good over. First up. Looks like he's extending himself, bending his back. But that one went slightly astray. The left-right combination also making it not quite straightforward and easy for the bowlers. But at this level, you have to adjust very quickly. That looked pretty straight. That looked very close. Karabo Motlanka shuffling across his stumps. Siddhant Singh coming straighter. And I tell you what, Karabo Motlanka can consider himself lucky to still be there. Is the replay of that leg before wicket appeal. That was very close indeed. The only reason that might have been a judge not out was might have been pitching outside leg stump. Karabo Motlanka guiding it to sweep a cover. Chetan Suryavanshi doing the patrolling there. Good safe pair of hands. Experienced cricketer. He'll be looking to get on the park with the bat later on, but he might even be required to do a job with the ball. He's quite experienced and capable of breaking partnerships. Might not be a bad option for the SG11 to throw the ball to Chetan Suryavanshi at this moment. Dancing continuing. Roger Mukasa doing the twist again, reminding me of John Travolta. But on that occasion, the umpire decides it was not a wide. Certainly has been a good over by Siddhant Singh in the context. Just conceding 2 runs. At the end of 9 overs, EPS World 11, 65 for the loss of no wickets. Siddhant Singh certainly the pick of the bowling at the moment, just conceding 5 runs from his 2 overs, managing to pull things back for the EPS SG11. I think with wickets in hand now, the World 11 would be looking to go from both ends. Roger Mukaza just on the brink of another half century. He's been very consistent right throughout this EPS. Has been also more than handy with the ball. Ahanacha coming back into the attack from the Serangoon Road end. Manpreet Singh encouraging his bowlers.
One, Cheti one. Release the ball.
Roger Mukaza chops it down to sweep a cover for a single.
One had to go down. Razor had to go down.
This might be Karabo Motlanka to take on the left arm orthodox of Ahanacha. It's more easier said than done. He bowls a very tight line and length. Has great control of his craft. Crowd certainly building up at the Indian Association Cricket Ground. Families coming down here. The evening has certainly cooled down here in Singapore. It's a much more pleasant evening. Great atmosphere to watch cricket. Amjad Mehboob adjusting his men. Karabo Motlanka straight away. Hits the gap for a single, and that's his job. It's a very good delivery, but equally well played. Cut as late as possible. Oh, the quick outfield here at the Indian Association, making sure the ball has enough feet to get to the boundary, despite a very good attempt there by young Rohan Rangarajan. No, not enough to pull that one back. It's a conference between Manpreet Singh and Amjad Mehboob. But that certainly was a good delivery. Roger Mukaza was up to the task, and that should be his 50. And that's an edge. Not gathered. Let's see how costly will that be for the SG11. Manpreet Singh, usually a very safe pair of hands behind the stumps. Roger Mukaza drills it past the bowler dead straight. That went like a rocket to the boundary. Umpire Sarika Prasad ducking for cover there. The fielders at long off and long on, even though they were straight, had no chance of cutting that. That went whistling to the fence for 4. Beautiful shot. And on this occasion, Roger Mukaza advances and deposits it over long on for 6. This is wonderful batting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not at the ground, you're missing out. The Ugandan international, the captain today for the EPS World 11, Roger Mukaza, putting on a show. And at the end of 10 overs, EPS World 11 advances to 81 for the loss of no wickets. The EPS SG11 would now be looking to buy a wicket. Seem to be continuing with pace. Siddhant Singh, he's been economical. And the SG11 today do not have the services of a leg spinner, but they have a left arm orthodox bowler and an off spinner. Well, Siddhant Singh diving to his right to ensure no overthrows. There's no one backing up at the bowler's end. Chetan Suryavanshi doing the mopping up there. A deep backward point, running around from sweeper cover, keeping it down to 2. Crisp spinners in world cricket in the recent past have been extremely impactful. The World 11 taking advantage of the fact that there isn't one. On this occasion, Siddhant Singh straying on the pads, 4-leg buys. The World 11 will take them no matter how they come. The EPS SG11 have not been disciplined in this first 10 overs in their lines. Bowling on both sides of the wicket. But credit has to go where it's due. Roger Mukaza, 61 of 38, beautifully controlling this innings. So good quick single scampered through. Karabo Matlanka too doing his part, making sure he's now rotating the strike more frequently and ensuring that the scoreboard keeps ticking along, and more importantly getting Roger Mukaza back on strike. Because the worst thing you can do when you're going well is to be starved of the strike. That'll be another wide. Extras certainly climbing. That too will hurt the EPS SG11. What a magnificent shot that was. Roger Mukaza takes a step down the wicket and dismissed that delivery with his presence. Held his shape and lofted that ball into the night sky. Magnificent shot. Surely he's showing his class today. The Ugandan national captain, and today the captain of the EPS World 11, putting on a show at the Indian Association ground. He's hit the bowling to all parts today. That's a sign that the wicket is playing beautifully. You can trust the bounce, just play through the line. And on this occasion, manipulates the field and hits it well over short mid-wicket for 4. There was a cry of catch it Reza, But that went well over the head of Reza Ghaznavi. Unless he was Joel Garner, that ball was always heading to the boundary. 4 runs. Roger Mugaza really putting the foot on the pedal here. The EPS SG11 caught off guards a bit by this onslaught. Both their pacers and spinners now going for runs. Roger Mugaza disappointed that he missed out on that. He's trying to deposit this over the long on boundary. At the end of 11 overs, the SG, beg your pardon, the EPS World 11, 99 for the loss of no wickets. A wonderful start. Both these batsmen now really looking to accelerate. They have built a wonderful platform. They should be looking to post a score of well over 180 at the moment, the way they're batting. Chetan Suryavanshi being entrusted the bowling duties from the Serangoon road end. He usually prefers the Balestier road end, but this will have to do. Very experienced cricketer, very intelligent cricketer, quality batsman, useful bowler as well. Straight away, Karabo Matlanka manages to find the single.
Watch out, what? No.
Can Chetan break this partnership? This is not a bad idea at all. He's a thinking cricketer. Be looking to go to his variations these days. Not as quick as he used to be, but he makes up for that with experience and guile. Always a competitor on the park. Roger Mugaza drilling it to wide long off. Naveen Param there doing the tidying up. I get the sense something's got to give here. But thus far, these two batsmen have been batting wonderfully. And the 100-run partnership comes on for the opening wicket. Little inside edge onto the pads. Quick single being scampered through. There's a long on. A long off. Deep third man, deep mid wicket. And a sweeper cover patrolling the boundaries. Roger Mugaza bludgeoning that ball. Good. And scampering through for 2.
Right, Karabo. Karabo, you okay?
Ivan!
An inside edge, flying to short fine leg. Siddhant Singh doing the tidying up there. It's a very good delivery by Chetan Suryavanshi. Looking for a wicket. Wide signalled. Big thanks to all our sponsors.
Come on, boys, all together, boys.
Mariners Cricket Club, KTP Exports Private Limited, Synergy Physiotherapy and Sports, Charm Green Engineering, and the Landmark Hotels. Quick single scampered through there. Roger Mukasa batting very intelligently here. At the end of 12 overs, EPS World 11, 106 for the loss of no wickets. With only 8 overs remaining, they'll be looking to really accelerate right now.
Ready, batsman, ready? Action, bowler change. Right now, over.
I have a guest with me here in the comm box joining me. Abdul Rahman Badalia, good evening. Welcome to the comm box.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Chama. So, looks like an interesting game. Scoring a lot of runs.
Is wonderful game. The EPS World 11 really putting on a show here.
Playing some fantastic shots. Oh, well bowled by Janak.
So tell us a little bit about your experience. I've seen you around watching and enjoying the EPS, also training. You've been one of our homegrown players coming up through the development ranks. How have you enjoyed this EPS thus far?
I think this EPS has been really good. A lot of runs scored, batsmen scoring runs, bowlers bowling well. And it's a really good experience for a lot of these players, especially to play at a higher level, especially with like external players. Like I played the first 2 EPS, and it's a really good experience. It's a learning experience, especially for young players like myself. So it's just great.
Karabo Montlanka now playing with a bit more freedom. Flicks it away to deep square leg. Janak Prakash and the EPS SG11 would be desperate to pick up a wicket here to throw a spanner in the progression.
Yeah, looks like if they carry on like this, it's going to be a really big score to chase.
So which teams were you supporting in the EPS?
I was supporting the Stars, but they didn't fare too well.
That's a very good bit of wicket keeping. Manpreet Singh certainly saving a boundary.
Good ball by Janak too, really quick.
Saw Roger Mukasa advancing, dug it in, and used it as a dot ball option as well. Very intelligent bowling. And he can certainly crank it up. Strongly built lad.
Yeah, Janak is one of the quicker ones we have here.
And that's a wonderful shot. Roger Mukasa now really innovating. Exposing his stumps, getting the bowler to bowl on the stumps, and then just flicking it from almost outside off stump to a fine leg for 4.
Yeah, showing some real creativity there, playing with the field, playing with the bowler's mind here. Showing his class here, really.
So rapidly progressed to 80 off 48 balls. And has really been the backbone of this EPS World 11 innings. Karabo Montlanka doing his bit, 17 off 28. Initially taking his time, but now easing into the innings. But Roger Mukasa seemed to be on overdrive. And that's the first wicket as we speak. Siddhant Singh takes a very safe catch. And Roger Mukasa departs. He'll be disappointed. But I tell you what, he's done his job.
Yes, he certainly has. 80 runs and really in quick time. There's always a strike rate of over 200 in my, I think.
He didn't get the elevation he was looking for. Went through with the shot. Was caught at the long off boundary. That ball was travelling.
It's the end of a wonderful innings.
Certainly beautifully batted. Really done his job for the World 11, captaining the team today. And that brings to the centre Shahrukh Dar. He seems charged up.
Recently played a wonderful innings, 27 of 10. Really hitting the ball hard that day.
And now he becomes even more dangerous because he really has a launching pad and no pressure.
Yeah. So really nothing to lose at this point. Really can accelerate, little overs to go, and the pitch looks really good to bat on.
Yes, at the toss I was rather surprised when the team winning the toss elected to put the World 11 in, because it looked like a beautiful surface to bat. And I get the feeling it might slow down a little bit and take spin later. But I think certainly looking a wonderful wicket with the lightning quick outfield.
Yeah.
Very conducive for scoring runs. But the World 11 certainly batted well and intelligently. Shahrukh Dar straight away off the mark.
Easy single down to long off.
At the end of 13 overs, EPS World 11 113 for the loss of 1 wicket. Now they'll be looking to really accelerate.
Yeah, big scores on the cards here if they play the cards right. Should be an interesting game here.
Chetan Suryavanshi now continuing from the Serangoon Road end. Manpreet Singh up to the stumps. There's a long off, a long on, deep mid wicket. Third man, fine leg, I believe, beg your pardon, third man and sweeper cover out on the boundary. Fine legs up in the 30 yards. Backward point, cover, and a wide mid wicket. Shahrukh Dar really swinging from the hip here.
Just tried to hoik one over extra cover, but not much success here this time.
The experienced Chetan Suryavanshi pulling that one back, varying his pace. He knows this wicket, he knows what he's doing. Straight away, tucked away for a single.
It's a good ball, but well worked away by Shahrukh for a single. It's good to see the rotating strike.
And at this point in the game, the SG11 wouldn't mind singles.
Yeah, I think
It's the boundaries that they want to certainly slow down, and they'll be delighted at the fact that they were able to get Roger Mukaza out, because he certainly looked headed for a big one.
let's see now Karabo being the batsman at the crease longer, see what he can do.
I think that's the role he's been given by his team, to rotate it around, to play through the 20, and the stroke makers to play around him. Once again, a big thanks to all our sponsors, title sponsors Mariners Cricket Club, KTP Exports Private Limited, Synergy Physiotherapy and Sports, Charm Green Engineering, and the Landmark Hotel. That is some shot. Shahrukh Dar blasting it to deep extra cover.
Unlike he only got one. You can see he's really trying to accelerate the scoring here.
His intent has been clear from ball number 1. He's coming out with the mindset that he's not just going to hang around. That should be a wide. Not the best of deliveries there. These extras will hurt the EPS SG11. Conceded a bit too many. Coach Bilal Asad will be keeping an eye on those. Karabo Motlanka drilling it down to long on.
Hits it hard, but still it's only a single.
That's a good over in the context of the game.
Chetan's experience really showing here, bowling a good over. See whether he ends well, last ball.
Yes, he'll be looking to end with a solid finish here. But Shahrukh Dar goes for the Willy Wonka, gets an outside edge. The ball flies over short third man for 4.
Really swung hard at that. And a little unlucky, he gets a 4.
They wouldn't mind how it comes at this moment. Edges, middle, pads, they all count. EPS World 11, 122 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 14. With 6 overs remaining, they'll be looking to even touch 200 here.
Yeah, it's highly possible. 70 plus runs to go, 6 overs, and a lot of batting to come.
Especially given the platform built by the opening partnership.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful opening partnership there. Really a good partnership, a good platform to build on. Siddhant Singh carries on.
It's a good bit of batting there. Karabo Matlanka guiding it to deep third man. Now they're running hard, also looking for 2, but he's more keen on getting Shahrukh Dar on strike.
Let's see what Shahrukh has up his sleeve against Siddhant. Siddhant with his funky hairstyle here.
Yes, I think he's had a few visits to the stylist. Young man, keen on fashion. Why not? That's the right age to do these things.
He's been doing this throughout, even throughout tournaments, he comes with different hairstyles.
Shahrukh Dar really swinging the willow.
Advancing to the wicket, but
The ball not making contact, otherwise it would have whistled away as well. But at the same time, the SG11 would feel that there's a chance of getting Shahrukh Dar's wicket the way he's playing. But he's not going to be too worried about that. This is the way he goes about his business. Very positive attacking cricketer.
swings hard again, but misses the ball straight to Manpreet.
Isn't the thing about this approach is you really only need to connect 2 in the over. You can have as many golf swings as you'd like.
2 connections and that makes up a good over already. 10 to 12 runs and it's a really good over, especially at this stage. And he's
bowled him.
Well bowled by Siddhant Singh, cleaning him up there.
It's a very intelligent bit of bowling. I think he slowed the pace down. Shahrukh Dar went right across the line. He wouldn't be too disappointed. That's the job he was sent to do. He would have liked to connect a few more. Not to be today. Looks like Sherwin Miniandi, the Malaysian international, walking into the middle. A very capable batsman.
Keen to see what he has to offer.
Yes, the Malaysian presence. They have been wonderful ambassadors throughout this EPS, both in the 50-over version and the T20s.
I think the past few overs, the SG11 really pulled it back, taking some crucial wickets, keeping the runs down. Some good intelligent bowling here.
Yes, it was a good patch of play for SG11. And Siddhant Singh in particular. Even during the onslaught, he was bowling rather well. Such a handy cricketer.
Yeah, he's a good fielder, good batsman, good all-round cricketer.
That's a very good delivery, bending his back.
Seems to be cramping the batsmen, not giving them any room to free their arms. Well bowled here.
And despite his relaxed nature, he has a very hard work ethic, works really hard on his fitness, has managed to lose a lot of kgs and have done really good work on his strength, on his skills. And here he is on the big stage, wonderful to see. Just missing the leg stump there, but going down the leg side.
Yeah, Siddhant was always one of the hardest cricketers. You could see him training all the time. Afternoon, morning, whatever he was, he used to be at Kalang 24/7. He's bowled a wonderful over so far. Let's see how he ends off.
Oh, it would have been curtains had it hit. Oh, that was certainly silly. No backing up. It's gifting a single.
But it was worth a shot. Batsman was really far out. Really disappointing backup though.
Yes. Would have expected the fielder at sweeper to come in. So the little things at this level that you need to be cognizant of. At the end of 15 overs, EPS World 11, 125 for the loss of 2 wickets. 5 overs to go. We are moving into the business end of this innings.
Yeah, let's see. This is where the innings makes or breaks. I think the World 11 is going to look for some big runs in these last few overs.
Hanacha coming back into the attack. He's been a bit more expensive than his usual self today, but he'll be looking to pick up a wicket if possible, keep it tight in this over. World 11, they'll be looking to maximize.
Well bowled by Ahan.
It's not the easiest of bowlers to cut. He has real good control of the arm ball. Doesn't give much room for the batsman. This is very good bowling. Same cannot be said for the batting. Lightning quick bit of glove work behind the stumps there. Manpreet Singh taking the bails off.
Yeah, this has been a really good comeback by SG11.
Sliding stop there, looks like.
Just good effort out there. Sprays it down the leg side, Ahan, after his 2 wonderful first ball.
Lucky not to be signalled to 4 there. This is
Comes
much
back
better.
strong. Yeah, what a ball.
From the batsman's point of view as well, it's understandable you just walked into the middle, but at this level, at the very least, you should be looking to rotate the strike.
Yeah, I think that's really important at this level, this stage. I mean, get Karabo back on strike. He's been here for a while, 20 of 31 balls. See what he has to offer.
And now he too has to take the responsibility to up the ante and not just keep rotating. It's good running between the wickets.
Quick, tight single of Rohan.
Muniandi responding to the call of his partner. Straight away taking off. It's very quick between the wickets. Manages to beat the throw by Rohan Rangarajan, who himself is a very good fielder. It's been a very good over thus far by Ahan Nacher.
Yeah, he's keeping it tight this late in the innings where the batsmen are looking to score runs freely, but Ahan is really keeping it tight, not giving them anything to do.
Wide down the leg side. These extras really adding up now.
It's a good stop by Rohan. Oh, and a direct hit.
It's a very good bit of fielding here on Rohan Rangarajan. Very athletic, very quick. Also manages to throw the stumps down at the non-striker's end, but the batsman home safely. At the end of 16 overs, EPS World 11, 131 for the loss of 2. The Stars wouldn't mind this at all. They really pulled this one back. The previous ball, let's see whether it was a boundary or not. The sweep shot by Muniandi.
What's your bowler change? Right arm over.
Well, I'm glad I'm not calling. Amjad Mehboob coming back for his second spell. What a shot that was. Muniandi greeting him with a mammoth 6. Magnificent shot. Freeing his arm, swinging through the arc. Not an easy shot, but he made it look very easy.
Excellent shot there. Finally getting the runs back. Past 5 overs have only gone for 21.
The very first ball going for a 6. Can this be a big over? Might.
It's well bowled by Amjad.
Signalled 1 for the over. Amjad Mehboob, very experienced cricketer, using the bouncer as a dot ball option. Good thinking.
Smart bowling. Good comeback here by Amjad. You can see his experience coming into hand.
It's very well bowled. Leg cutter, taking the pace off the delivery.
Not giving the batsman much to hit again. Just keeping it down to a single.
Chetan Suryavanshi there at backward point, chasing it down. So once again, a big thanks to all our viewers from Singapore, the region, and across the world, sending in your feedback, encouraging us. It has been a great EPS.
Let's see what Karabo has up his sleeve.
Missed out on that. There's a deep backward square leg. A long on, a long off, sweeper cover. Third man patrolling the boundaries. Short fine leg, short mid wicket, an extra cover and backward point. The men in the 30 yards. Karabo Matlanka punches it down to long off.
Again, Amjad showing his experience here, taking the ball off, taking the pace of the ball, really not letting the batsman do much with the ball.
Yes, this is very good bowling. It's been a good over, having been hit for 6 the first ball. But Muniandi is back on strike. Let's see what he can do. Flicked away.
Well worked away.
There's a Ghaznavi there. Quick to come in from mid-wicket, ensuring there's no second run in it.
It's good. You can see this batsman is showing intent and they're running between wickets, looking for the second, running the first one hard and really looking for the second. They're really running well right now.
Yes, and as far as the EPS World 11 is concerned, they wouldn't mind that there was no second on that because it would ensure Muniandi is back on strike.
Yes.
And at the end of 17 overs, the World 11 139 for the loss of 2 wickets. Looks like Janak Prakash coming back for his third spell from the Serangoon Road end. Managed to get the crucial wicket of Roger Mukaza, who seemed to be in red hot form today. Wonderful 80 in half the number of deliveries almost. Right, he's bowling the 18th over. What can Shavin Muniandi do? Slashes it away, runs the first one really hard. It's coming back for the second. It was wonderful running between the wickets.
That is great running between the wickets. You can see they really pushed hard for the one and he really came back for the second. Really shouldn't have been a second there.
Ahanacha there. Third man. Amjad Mehbab not too pleased having conceded the second. More importantly, having got Muniandi back on strike. That's a good delivery by Janak Prakash, giving no pace. That seemed to be the trick on this surface, not to give batsmen pace.
Yeah, that seems to be the trick, and a lot of the experienced campaigners from the SG11 have been doing that in the past few overs. That's why they've really been able to pull it back. Amjad, Siddhant, Chetan, all of these players have been taking the pace off the ball.
It's important in these final stages that batsmen do not concede too many dot balls. It's another good shot. Chetan Suryavanshi at mid-wicket. There's a single on offer as all the 30-yard fielders are right back on the ring.
Some really smart bowling by Janak, taking the pace off the ball, trying different things, cramping the batsman. It's really good bowling here.
And that was a poor delivery. Fine leg was up on the circle. Short, wide, on the hips. Karabo Matlanka, he's in at the moment. He's not going to miss out on that. Swings it away. 4 runs.
Not the best of deliveries by Janak.
Wonderful crowd here building. We also have His Excellency the Ambassador of Zimbabwe joining us, watching proceedings. His countryman Tafara Chingwara playing in the World 11, coming on with the ball later on.
Could be a good piece of fielding there by Rohan, cutting off the single.
Karabo Matlanka would not be too pleased with the number of dot balls he's batted. But the more important thing is he's still there. He's holding the innings together. The stroke makers are playing around him, and he has also found the occasional boundary. This partnership now 24 from 19 deliveries. Well, 2 runs there, single gifted. Chetan Suryavanshi, slight misfield there.
Again, it's good running between the wickets. These two are really pushing hard for these doubles, and
seem to have gotten an awkward bounce. Muniandi and Motlanka, the M&M combination, turning it on between the wickets.
Yep.
The EPS World 11, 149 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 18 overs. Last 2 overs of this innings, one of them to be bowled by Amjad Mehbab. Muniandi is on strike. Once again, there's a long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg, sweeper and long off. They seem to require one more to be in the field. There's a backward point. Sweeper is being brought back in as we speak. Fine leg goes back. There's an extra cover. Short third man. All 4 who are inside the 30 yards are on the offside. Let's see whether Muniandi can manipulate the field. It's a very good delivery. Took the pace off.
Try to make some room for himself. Saw the fielders on the offside inside and tried to hit it over. But well bowled by Amjad, restricting him.
Now he's pushing the sweeper back, bringing the fine leg back into the circle. Amjad making sure he's ringing the changes, not allowing the batsman to settle. It's gone a long way up in the air. Siddhant Singh settles underneath it.
And it's a great catch by Siddhant.
It's a very safe fielder. He doesn't miss many. And the stroke maker, Shavin Muniandi, perishes. He wouldn't mind.
Went really high. Was up there for a really long time, but Siddhant Singh settled himself and took a great catch.
Yes, it didn't get the distance, but it certainly got the elevation.
Siddhant Singh showing off some of his celebrations here with the dab.
Aditya Rangarajan, the Botswana international, comes to the centre.
Left hand this time.
The importance of Roger Mukasa's innings cannot be overstated. He certainly scored the runs and scored it quickly.
Yeah, he did that greatly. Really created a really good platform.
And he made sure that they would be in with a decent total. But this EPS SG11 has certainly pulled things back.
Yeah, they've been bowling really well, changing things up. Really making the batsmen guessing all the time on what to do.
Yes, at one point the total looked like it could have even touched 200. Now, it's certainly not getting there. Karabo Matlanka makes some room for himself. It's a very good bit of fielding by Reza Ghaznavi there.
Yeah, covered the ground quickly and put in a good dive.
Yes, he's certainly quick on his feet. Also made sure that saved 2 runs for his team. Good effort there by the youngster. Captain of the SG Stars.
I'm just changing things up, coming over.
It's been a very good over thus far by Amjad Mehbab. Really showing his experience. Karabo Matlanka on this occasion swings it around, finds the gap at long leg for 4. Ball slightly drifting into his pads, took the front leg away, managed to find the boundary.
It's a good shot. He played it late to avoid the fielder and get it behind square.
He's certainly catching up on the deliveries now. Most importantly, he's batted right through. He's made sure that one end has stayed shut in terms of wickets.
Yeah, it's good to see that he's catching up. His strike rate is catching up. He's 34 of 39 now.
Slides it down to deep third man for a single. Right, what can Aditya Rangaswamy do? The two Botswanians in the middle. Aditya Rangaswamy is capable of swinging the bat hard. Wonderful character. He's been a great ambassador of Botswana during this EPS. Very popular man among his teammates and the entire EPS squads. Wonderful young man. And Amjad Mubab straight away strikes.
That's a good catch by Aryaman Achil. Yeah, covered the ground and got to the ball. Safe pair of hands he has.
Aditya Rangaswamy was playing the no-look sweep. Managed to get a top edge. Aryaman Achil completing the formalities.
Wasn't the best of shots to play there.
At the end of 19 overs, the EPS World 11 156 for the loss of 4.
Yeah, it's been a really good comeback. In the last eight overs have only gone for 55 runs. They were 101 for 0 in 11 overs, looking at a big score, maybe 200 plus, but really well come back by the SG11.
Yes, Amjad, Siddhant, Janak Prakash, even Chetan Suryavanshi doing a good job with the ball in the space of those 8 overs.
Janak has come on to bowl the last over.
And he must be cognizant of the fact not to give the batsman pace, because at his pace the ball can fly. Starts with a wide. Amardeen Azhar in for the last over. Upishly played. Single. Good evening, James. Welcome to the Combox.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I see you are enjoying the EPS. And we'll speak after this delivery. Janak Prakash steaming in. Looks like another wide. Not the best way to start the last over. 2 wides in a row. Tell us a little bit about your experience of the EPS. And I also know your daughter, she joins our academy and practices cricket here. And you've been a great supporter of cricket as well.
That's true, yes. Okay, as far as the EPS, I've been following it almost every time there's been a match going on. I watched the great game just last week where James Cox got that incredible hat-trick. And I'm now here this evening. Actually, it's the first time I've managed to get to a game.
Karabo Motlanka striking it ferociously, but resulting in a single down to long on. Gets Aniruddin back on strike. Right, what can the EPS World 11 do in these 4 balls remaining? They missed out on that, a full toss. Yes, James, you were saying.
Yeah, so I've been watching most of the games on Facebook, and now I'm here today enjoying this exciting game. I think the total which Singapore EPS team will be looking to chase will be very competitive, and I'm looking forward to their response to this.
That's a brilliant catch. Ariman Uchil making a lot of ground, tumbling, making it look easy. The big unit, the firefighter. He certainly was on fire there. Splendid catch.
Yes, I must say that they've really done themselves proud in the field. I was watching the first 10 overs and you could probably see a score in excess of 180, 190, even 200, the way the openers were hitting it cleanly and in spaces, but they stuck to their basics. The fielding has been impeccable. I'm really impressed with the fielding today.
Yes, they certainly pulled it back. James Cox has walked out to the center. Seems to be not bothering with the helmet. Janak Prakash seemed to be employing the wide full delivery tactic. And Carabao Montlanka seemed to be executing the ball hit. He's on 35 off 40. It's the last over. Needs to make some connections here for the EPS World 11. For the EPS SG 11, they'll be very happy the way they pull this back. They don't want to be scoring too many against the bowling attack of the World 11.
It's going to be out, yeah.
Once again, wonderful fielding. Strong arm by Ariman Uchil at the deep. Letting it rip. Manpreet Singh doing the rest. That's the end of a very good innings by Carabao Montlanka. And that's the end of the EPS World 11 innings. I hope to talk to you a bit more after this during the chase by the SG11.
Yeah.
We'll join you back with the live commentary. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, welcome back to the live commentary. To all our viewers in Singapore, the region and across the world. Tafara Chingwara. Looks like he's going to be commencing proceedings from the Serangoon Road end. The EPS SG11 requiring 162 to win. Looks like Chetan Suryavanshi and Rohan Rangarajan opening the batting. Good evening, James. Welcome back.
Thank you, Jamal. Yeah, so it will be interesting to see how Singapore approach this target, particularly I think the first 5 overs. If they look to sort of accumulate runs, not to make too many risks, they need to keep it deep into the last 5 overs. It's a good wicket. Boundaries are relatively short, but if they're losing wickets on a regular basis, I think they could put themselves under undue pressure. So I think these first 5 overs will be crucial, I think, for the innings.
Tafara Chingwara there, going wide of the bowling crease, cramping the batsman for room. Chetan Suryavanshi. Certainly wonderful stroke maker, capable to find the single there to third man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
There's a deep third man. And a deep mid-wicket in place. Rohan Rangarajan, who was certainly in red-hot form, scored 267 runs in his 6 matches of the EPS.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And there was 100 runs more than the second highest scorer.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. That young guy's got, I think he's got a good future ahead of him. He seems to have a very wise head on his young shoulders, and I think this type of cricket, this competitive level of cricket on a consistent basis, can only do him and I think Singapore a lot of good. They've got some big matches coming up, I think, in July, and hopefully the guys will learn not just about the team but also about themselves as to how to approach matches on a competitive basis. Because if it's a World Cup qualifier, they really need to be tested.
Certainly, Tafara here giving nothing away.
Yeah, as I said, the first 10 overs for the international 11, you could see they really approached it in a quite aggressive way, and whilst they lost a lot of wickets at the end, they having approached it that way, it gave them license to attack for the back end, even though it didn't really result in the score they were looking for.
That's certainly a sloppy bit of fielding. Aditya Rangaswamy not only misfielding but giving a second run away. Tafa wouldn't be too happy about that. And what a wonderful opportunity for young Siddharth Srikanth, the under 17, keeping wickets to these international bowlers. He's doing a very good job. You can see him actively running, changing ends at the end of overs, keeping up with the intensity. It's wonderful to see these youngsters. And that's been the whole story of this EPS, providing a platform. Charles Weisver Ugandan international. Be bowling from the Balestier Road end. Very experienced cricketer, wily character. It's not going to give much away here.
And having played on this ground a few times, you know, even the international team will know how the wicket plays and, you know, the outfield as well. So that's a good four, though. That's a good start to their innings.
Yes, Chetan Suryavanshi just timing the ball wide of third man, making it look easy. Such a wonderful stroke player, and if he gets going, the EPS SG11 certainly increase their chances of winning this one. Rohan Rangaraj, the non-strikers end. Both these batsmen very capable of scoring shots all around the dial.
So I guess with Rohan scoring so many runs, Chetan's obviously would be happy to put in a performance tonight. Well fielded.
It's a good bit of fielding there. On that occasion it looked like Muniandi throwing down the stumps at the non-strikers end. The SG11, cautious but steady start. Required run rate around 8 runs and over, quite manageable at the IA.
Sure.
Fast outfield. It will be important for the SG11 to get a good start in the 6 power play overs and not lose too many wickets.
Yeah.
Have a good base from which they can then chase down that target. Charles Weiss were there. Very quick off his own bowling. Rohan Rangarajan and Chetan Suryavanshi. Both very quick between wickets. They both play for the same club, so they have very good understanding between the wickets.
Yeah, I've seen the backup in the fielding is crucial. You know, that is the difference between a closely run game. So ground fielding key, just like the catching I saw in the first innings. No need to panic.
Roger Mukaza there, calm as always. Not going for an unnecessary throw. That's a forcefully played shot once again down to mid-off. Ghulam Mortaza, Pakistan under 19 and Pakistan A player. Looking forward to him bowling later on. He's express. He can touch 140. That's a magnificent shot.
Yep.
Rohan Rangarajan making room for himself. Smashing the ball over deep square leg for 6. Flat 6 over the palm trees. Certainly a very good start here by the EPS SG11. 16 for the loss of no wickets at the end of 2.
That's true. That's true. Play the singles in the over, and when it's ready to hit, bang, yeah, kick clean through.
Tafara Chingwara continuing. Tucked away to fine leg, both batsmen. Looking for the second. Settling down for one. It's a massive hit. Rohan Rangarajan just clearing the front leg, depositing the ball over deep long off. It's an audacious shot.
I think I might have to check where I parked my car. That was pretty close to where my car's parked. So if I have to leave early, I think you know why, Jamal.
Hope you've got insurance cover there. This is certainly not force mire.
Well, if I haven't, it's still worth the pleasure. That was a great shot. And maybe Rohan owes me a drink, but it was a great shot.
Tafara Chingwara certainly no mug. He bowls a decent clip, and to flat bat him the way Rohan Ranga did over mid-off, over the long off boundary, it's a terrific shot.
Yeah, so they've clipped it 23 off less than three overs. So it's exactly the start that Singapore are looking for. Again, they can just start again, refocus. There's a break now, so don't overdo it. Go back to the basics. Look for your singles. Keep the run rate.
That's an international conference. We have a Ugandan, a Zimbabwean, a Pakistani, and a Malaysian in that frame. It's almost like a mini ASEAN summit. Afro-ASEAN, I must say. And the trick here on this wicket is not to give pace.
There we go. Now it's gone over the other side.
And that's an even better shot. That was marginally short. Rohan Rangarajan's eye is in. He just latched onto it and deposited it a long way over deep square leg for 6. Magnificent hit. That's the second ball lost in 2 deliveries. Tafara Chingwara facing the onslaught.
So you're right. You can see why his stats for this tournament has been so far and away ahead of the next batsman. He clearly is in form. He hits well, hits cleanly. Yeah, I've got, I think a lot of people will be watching him over the coming years to see how far he can take his cricket.
He's certainly a very fit young man. He played a Division 1 game in the afternoon today, the soaring heat. Now having fielded 20 overs, he's come in and struck 21 off 8. And that is certainly a testament to his fitness. He has an all-round game, runs very quickly between the wickets, wonderful fielder, handy bowler, certainly putting on a show with the bat.
And I think having players around him like Chetan and other senior players, he's learning other parts to the game, whether it's his own batting, whether it's how to pace an innings, and that side of it can only improve being around players like Chetan and other senior players who've played for Singapore for a while.
And Chetan's type of batsman, when you bat with him, you don't have any pressure, because he himself is very capable of turning it on. But when the youngster is going like this, I'm sure Chetan will be very pleased to just collect a single. And he was young Rohan Rangarajan's coach at one point in time. Rohan Ranga coming up through the ranks. Now on the big stage, turning it on. Wonderful to see. Tafara Chingwara doesn't know where to bowl at the moment. Bowl it full, you get hit over your head. bowl it short, you get dispatched into the hockey ground.
And he still has 3 balls left.
No ball. Once again, hit wide of mid-off. Flat batted to the fence for 4.
In a way, that was equally impressive from Ryan because he stood still. You know, you could have expected any different type of ball, given where he's put the previous 2, and he's still in the crease. The bowler's bowled it full. I think it's quite obvious he was trying to bowl it maybe a Yorker. He stood in his crease still and worked it between the fielders for 4. Well played, Ryan.
The beauty about his batting is he has such a still head. He doesn't premeditate. Just plays every ball on its merit. Looking to swing that one away, given it was a free hit. Goes to the fence for pies. Nothing going the World 11's way at the moment. The EPS SG11 off to a flyer. 38 for no loss.
Well, hopefully, the international 11 can learn from how Singapore approached their bowling and their fielding, not to get downhearted, stick to the basics, and see how they dragged it back. So all's not is lost yet, as far as they're concerned. They just need to maybe have a control period now.
Much better delivery. Absolutely. 2 quick wickets now could certainly change things. And in T20s, nothing's over till it's over.
And as you quite rightly say, things can change quickly. We just saw last week James Cox's incredible hat-trick to turn the game on its head. Will we see that later?
Yes, the Stars 5 wickets. In the end, last 5 wickets fell for 2 runs. Tafara Chingwara has been extremely accurate right throughout this EPS, both in the 50 over leg and the T20s, but he's certainly showing signs of feeling the pressure, the onslaught of Rohan Rangarajan. Can't take Chetan Suryavanshi lightly either. They've certainly made use of the power play.
Well bowled. I think maybe missing leg.
Might have been a bit high and going down the leg side as well.
Yeah. Do we have the benefit of a replay here, Chamal? Maybe we'll look at that later.
Charles Weisver. Looks like he's going to continue from the Balestier Road end. He'll be bowling to Chetan Suryavanshi. 121 required from 102 deliveries. The way Rohan Ranga and Chetan have been approaching this chase. Been very positive. Rohan Rangarajan certainly going for his shots, but even when he does take a risk, it's very calculated. It's taking into equation the fact that there's no fielders back in those areas and hitting through the line rather than across. Seems to have a good base and holding his shape when he's playing those shots. Manages to time them beautifully.
Well worked on the leg side there, and I think, yeah, there's there's no need to really go for it on every ball. You just play it on its merit. They're well ahead of the run rate. They have wickets in hand, overs in hand. It's very high.
This is sloppy cricket. Certainly no need for a throw there. There was a optimistic appeal. I, for the life in me, cannot understand why Aditya Rangarajan threw that ball. Conceding one extra run and getting Rohan Ranga back on strike. As my old coach would have said, silly cricket boy. Charles Weiswer aborting at the last moment. He does do this a few times to upset the rhythm of the batsman as well. Very wily character, Charles Weiswer. Joined us in the Combox the other day.
So he's played a lot of cricket, I guess, in a few tournaments, a few different countries, and he's adding to this this fantastic tournament with his experience and skills and knowledge. So all in all, from a spectator's point of view, I've really enjoyed watching players of this level here in Singapore.
That looked like it was an edge. Went down. Charles Weiswer frustrated. That was the important wicket of Rohan Rangarajan. That's wide. Goes for 4.
It's very needless. He'd only gone for perhaps 4 off the over. And the last ball was, needlessly leg side wide. Buys. It's changed the over now completely, 50 already. So these little things make a big difference. I think Singapore, I noticed they really stuck to that middle 10 over period after the onslaught to drag it back. Now what's happened here? 4 again.
It's Chetan Suryawanshi's turn now to go after the bowling. Throws his hands at it. Over cover for 4. This is becoming a very expensive over.
Just that one wide has resulted in probably about 9 runs. When you've turned around 45 to 54, it's just taking the pressure off Singapore completely.
Yes, that over had everything in it. Edges, wides, missed catches, overthrows, boundaries. What an eventful 6 balls. Yes. This is going to be interesting. James Cox, man from Nottinghamshire, very popular among his teammates and everybody here. Wonderful young man, both on and off the park. He's got a job to do for the World 11 with the ball in hand. James Cox from the Serangoon Road end. Goes down on one knee, deposited over cover. Rohan Ranga is in the mood. He might have tickets to the late night movies. Seems to be wanting to finish this one early.
Yes, I know there's the I think Golden Village 5 minutes walk from here, so perhaps he's ordered them.
Diving effort there in vain, as that too is dispatched wide off, mid-off to the boundary. Certainly marks for an acrobatic effort, not for effectiveness. Rohan Rangarajan certainly matching or bettering the innings of Roger Mukasa. Big thanks to all our sponsors.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic fielding.
That was a magnificent catch. Tafara Chingwara made it look easy. I can assure you it wasn't. It went a long way in the air. Had to run about 30 feet back.
Sure. In the night sky, then you got to deal with the lights. Running backwards, yeah. Very good. As I said, both sides have caught pretty much anything that's been in the outfield at least.
Tafara Chingwara calmly underneath it, making it look easy.
So James Cox, the wicket taker, so will he be the man who makes the difference? He's got one now. Can he make it two in this over?
Yes, I think the fact that he's got it with still about 100 runs remaining, because had Rohan Ranga batted a few more overs, he would have almost batted the World 11 out of it.
Correct.
There's still a lot of cricket left in this game, and that was the right time for the World 11 to get a wicket. And James Cox, the man with the golden arm, gets one for his skipper and the team. Looks like Naveen Param walking into the centre.
The leg stump, sir.
Yes, what I like about James is the fact that he bowls in generally good areas. He's obviously, his action is obviously gets it through in a skiddy way. But as a captain, I would hand him the ball with a lot of confidence, knowing that he's bowling in generally good areas. You can set a field to him, and you know he's a wicket-taking bowler. He's proved his stats are very good.
And Chetan Suryavanshi in this occasion climbing into that, sends it wide off mid-off for 4 more. The World 11, they really need to check this run rate.
Exactly. I think that's the second 4 that's been in that area, and then the catch in that area. Whether they should be looking to make some changes in that field, in that area.
Yes, if you're going to bowl that length, that mid-off, be much better deep at the boundary.
But I guess as far as the international 11 are concerned, it's wickets now really they're going to need to get to win this game. Wicket-taking deliveries, taking the catches. The run rate, obviously, I think is almost irrelevant. They're going to need to bowl them out.
Big thanks to our sponsors, Mariners Cricket Club, KTP Exports Private Limited, Synergy Physiotherapy and Sports, Charm Green Engineering, and the Landmark Hotel. Landmark hosting us last evening for wonderful dinner, all the EPS players. It's a good delivery, beating the outside edge. James Cox. And it's a strong EPS SG11 batting lineup. The likes of Manpreet Singh still back in the hut. Naveen Param coming out. Join Chetan Suryavanshi.
Yes, I've noticed that Manpreet's in a good streak of form. and again that bodes well for the upcoming tournaments that Singapore have got in June, July time, I think.
Looks like it's going to be spin.
Yes, you're right. I think the pace has generally taken a big hitting this evening, so taking the pace off the ball is perhaps not a bad strategy.
40 runs of these 69 have come in 8 deliveries through 4 sixes and 4 boundaries. That tells you a story in itself. Looks like Anuddin Azhar, Malaysian international. He bowling his left arm orthodox. And Chetan Suryavanshi greets him with a mammoth 6. He's in the mood this evening. Seems to be doing the role, taking the baton from Rohan Ranga. Dispatched.
Yes, as I said, Chetan is a very wise head, and he's obviously doesn't want to end the game so quickly, but you know, some of his shots have shown that. Whereas Param, a young guy, and but again a very steady hand. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on the international 11 now. Where do they bowl? Their fielding, and you know, how are they going to get wickets? Because it's clearly going against them and going against them very quickly. Good comeback there. Good piece of fielding in. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be turning a great deal on this surface, well used surface. Playing very true, so you can hit through, whether it's a spinner, seamer. So this spinner is going to need to obviously work his tools very well. But a flight, guile, change of pace. But the singles are very easy to come by now. The field is well spread, and thanks to Rohan and Chetan, they've had to move the field. That's going for runs too, so that's pretty safe. Leg side. So as long as they don't take really too many risks, I think Singapore 11 are pretty well set. And last ball of the over now. Risky shot there, but it got away with it.
Over.
80 off 6. I think the only sort of comfort for the international team is that equally when they batted their first 10 overs they were in the 10 and over region, but they seem to be somewhat ahead of it. But again, people like James Cox, if he can turn it around, the game can quickly change.
Next time, sir. Thank you, sir.
Change of bowling now though. James is off and Ghulam Murtaza, right arm bowler. It could be a tactical thing for James Cox to come back maybe at a different part, a more crucial part of the game. But with Rohan gone now, it looks like Chetan is probably going to take on that mantle of trying to bat out the international team out of the game. Just the stop in play to adjust that field. Let's just hope he can bowl to that field. Or bowled. To pick up. Yes, I must say Rohan's innings really has sort of changed the dynamics considerably. Now he's gone, you know, we might see a more sedate innings, particularly from Navam. Navam Param is, you know, is a very wise for a young guy, very wise cricketer. I've seen him bat this year, and he doesn't seem flustered in sort of any sort of position of the game, chasing or batting first. Again, it'll be good for him to bat deep into this game, allow someone like Chetan and the other guys who are the big hitters to take that role so he can sort of support that. Lovely evening here. In fact, the whole of this tournament has been played in fantastic conditions under floodlights as well. Well, that wasn't that's not what the captain had set the field for. Leg side wide for 4. And the young guy keeping, you know, he's doing a great job, but this is quite difficult. You know, when you have a bowling leg side wide and the ball's not really carrying through, it can be difficult even for the best of keepers.
Yes, I think it'll be a wonderful experience for him to learn from this. But it would be harsh to criticize him on that delivery. That was a poor ball. Sarika Prasad there doing a bit of gardening, making sure the no ball line is visible to the bowlers. Roger Mukaza going to Ghulam Murtaza, looking for a wicket here. And I really can't understand this length, because if you give, even though you have pace, unless you use it intelligently on this wicket, you will go for runs.
Yeah.
And later when the SG11 started pulling the game back from the World 11, it was when they took the pace off. And even the faster bowlers were using their variations, their cutters. That's what led to the halting of the run rate at that juncture.
Another leg side wide, yeah. It's, you know, this is, you change your bowling, you know, as a captain, you're really just looking for basics, you know, and in this format of cricket, 20 overs is, there's very little margin for error, you know. And already we've seen 12, it looks like 12 wides, you know, albeit some have been 4 wides, but, you know, a wide is a wide, and, you know,
That was a much better delivery, a leg cutter. You have to use the short ball as well in an intelligent manner to set the batsman up, not just keep banging away on this deck. SG11 in control of this chase at the moment. T20 cricket, 2 quick wickets. We can be looking at a rather interesting situation. Can Ghulam Murtaza pull one back here for the World 11? Amjad Mewab, skipper of the SG11, he'll be pleased with the way things are proceeding. That's a good take down the leg side, but this is very poor bowling.
Yep.
He's an experienced cricketer, good exposure. Now the World 11 needs him to do a job. Needs to understand his role.
no ball. Oh, no ball. He got into a very good position there and delivered it very well. That's just one of those things. There haven't been any no balls, I think, in this match, or foot no balls, I don't think. And
Charles Weiss for bowled one. Let's see where this one's gonna go. And the worst thing about it was a single was conceded and Chetan is back on strike. And he's well equipped to take full advantage of this free hit.
right, so maybe they're getting ready the spare balls. Where's that gone? Well, what did I say?
That has been dispatched over the coconut trees. Chetan Suryavanshi certainly anticipating and executing beautifully. Hit well over deep mid wicket. 6 runs. The drinks coming in, and I'm sure there's a message as well. Continue this way.
At this rate, they'll probably have to reopen the cricket shop down the road.
We've lost a fair few deliveries, or cricket balls this evening, I should say, rather. Ghulam Murtaza going for 20 runs in that over.
Yeah, needless in some respects. You've got at least 2, maybe 3 wides, or 2 wides at least, and a no ball. You're asking for trouble when you in 2020 cricket. You stick to basics, and the key thing is not giving them extras, free hits. And I'm sure, when they talk about this amongst themselves with the coach, the manager, and I hope that they'll learn from this. Both sides, you can see, what did we do well in terms of our fielding and eliminating the wides, no balls. And Singapore can learn from the mistakes from the national 11 as well. So I think it's key to take things like that from this game, not just winning the game, moving on. You've got to learn from what went well on both sides.
Aditya Rangaswamy now being brought into the attack by Roger Mukasa from the Balestier Road end. He hasn't been the most accurate bowler thus far, but maybe today it's his day. They certainly would want a good showing from Aditya Rangaswamy. He's capable of swinging the ball, seaming it both ways off the deck. Both these batsmen now especially Chetan Suryavanshi, well set, 37 off 22. And Navin Param batting intelligently, rotating the strike. It's an inside edge. Karabir Motlanka there, doing the mopping up. Short fine leg.
Select stop.
So the ground staff here have done a fantastic job keeping the wickets in such good condition over this period, and I must congratulate them. Well,
And there you go.
great cricket.
Aditya Rangasamy really bending his back, getting the pace, getting Chetan Suryavanshi's outside edge, and the ball flying to deep third man. Tafara Chingwara, safe as a bank. Chetan didn't know much about that. Really hit his bat before he was ready. The ball flew to third man. Geez, that was some delivery.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he's got some broad shoulders on him, and I think deceptively he hits the deck more than I think I've seen a lot of the bowlers this evening. So maybe he miscalculated that extra bounce, and the wickets have played very well. As I said, the ground staff have done fantastic work all throughout this tournament, and it just lifted on him purely with some great bowling. I don't think the wicket played anything unusual there. Well bowled and a great field setting.
Yes, exactly what the captain and the World 11 wanted. Aditya Rangasamy delivering straight away. Brings Reza Ghaznavi out to the centre. And these two young batsmen, they have a job to do for the Singapore 11. Both batsmen capable of playing shots all around the dial. They'll need to bat sensibly. The run rate only 4.82 required. Very manageable, but like we said, a couple of wickets could change the equation rapidly. Good sensible batting by Navin Param.
Yes, he's definitely impressed me in this tournament. The way he just looks very unflustered, not really worried about the situation, whether they're ahead of the game or they're behind, chasing. He's just really a cool head. You know, somebody you can rely on. You know where to bat him because the players can bat around him. Yeah, that went through. Yeah, he's definitely got more than most of the other bowlers we've seen, and maybe it's a shame with the young guy keeping. He's also unexpectedly, getting the ball at a position where he's not used to.
Yes, this is the stage to perform, and that might be a little chink in the armour for the World 11. Certainly not going to get the same pace at the under 16 level. That ball really lifting and flying through, bursting through his hands. Wide signal, Aditya Rangasamy. Really, this is not the time to be experimenting.
Yeah, I think you can see Singapore now really just do it in tens now. They're less than 50 required, I think, and they go through 110, 120. It's just going to be almost done in singles. Where's this now? This is going to be interesting. Yes.
He's got another one. Tafara Chingwara once again covering good ground, making it look easy. And Aditya Rangasamy has picked up 2 in this over. Could there be a twist in this game? Once again, Reza Ghaznavi playing the hook shot. The ball not quite there, outside his off stump, couldn't control it. Perishes. That was a good quick ball. And once again, it was where it was directed that made that short ball very effective. It was outside the off stump, outside the shoulder. Tafara Chingwara has been wonderful in the field, taking 3 brilliant catches thus far.
Very good, yeah. Yeah, very good. Nothing gone down, I don't think, in the outfield. But it's the wrong shot, really, if you think about it. Way outside off stump, trying to pull it to leg. You know, it's a singles game, really, as far as Singapore are concerned. Work it to third man.
Prashin Param walks out to the centre to join his brother Naveen. Another very good, tall, elegant young batsman. And it might not be such a bad thing for the Singapore 11 to have these 2 at the middle. They are more the type of players to collect the singles. Right now, that's exactly what the doctor orders. Apart from the wide and the 4 byes, this has been a brilliant over. It has really brought the EPS World 11 back into this match, because the match was quickly running away from them. The EPS SG11 108 for the loss of 3 wickets at the end of 8 overs. Once again, if you look at it, both Chetan Suryavanshi and Rohan Rangarajan getting starts, getting out in the 30s. But the way they got those runs means now the chase is at less than even run a ball. So the middle order batsmen need to just bat sensibly. It's another good change straight away. Continuing with the spinner. Nuruddin Azhar. Malaysian national. Expensive first over. Can he bring it back?
Bowling.
Drill down to long off there by Naveen Param. Karabo Matlanka doing the fielding there.
Thanks, sir.
Good bit of fielding there.
No, just one.
It's like Muniandi there. Sweeper cover, tumbling. Ball short, cut away by Prashin Param for a single.
Great running between the wickets there. See, they're 3 balls, 3 singles. They could quite easily just play the over out now, knowing that they just bat deep and they have wickets in hand. Just tick the scoreboard over.
As the SG11 also need to be conscious and always be positive in their approach. And that's another wicket as we speak. Charles Weiswa pouches it at short third man. Amir Raza pushing that one through a bit. Drawing the false shot from Prasheen Param. It's too close to cut.
Yeah, inexperience there. That's poor shot. He's seen what's happened before him. You know, some poor shots to get out. They haven't really done anything else but play poor shots. I think these the last 3 wickets, and you know they need to think. You know, we'll get this in singles. They had 3 singles off the first 4 balls, and another one goes. And it's been a good, I think, credit to the International 11's captain. He's mixed it up. He's bowled one guy, one over, taken him off, changed him, and he bowled another guy. He's taken the pace off. So this is working, this strategy. I'm impressed. The last 3 overs, they've really, you know, they've worked well in the field. They've caught everything, and the captain's mixed it around. So he's keeping the Singapore batsmen on their toes. And let's see if Manpreet, who's in a rich vein of form, whether he can carry this through to the end.
And that's where I'm a bit surprised to see him come in at number 6. I thought he would have come in at about number 4. He was in form and he's a much better player. And I think that might have been a tactical error. And now on Nelson, they lost a wicket.
Yes.
But it's really up to Manpreet Singh and Naveen Param to see this chase through, because there's no real scoreboard pressure.
Come on, lads.
Manpreet Singh straight away off the mark. It's one thing I like about this young man's batting. It's very difficult to keep him quiet. He's got shots all around the dial. And he's also able to hit the gaps. And he has so much time when he plays. Signs of a quality player. The World 11 must believe. After this, it's just Siddhant Singh and Ariman Uchil.
Yes, this has been a great evening's entertainment. You know, both sides have played attacking cricket. There's been some high scores. The outfielding has been terrific. You could question some of the bowling. You know, there's been a few too many wides on both sides, I think. And now the game is in the balance. I think it's still strongly in Singapore's favour, and it's probably their game to lose. But you know, just again another wicket or two will really change the position.
This was exactly about the time when the World 11 was going on top, that this SG 11 managed to pull it back. I thought it was a great bit of captaincy by Amjad Mahmood. He also kept on changing the bowlers, and when he came back for his spell later on, with his variations in pace and lengths, did not give anything away. And right now, Roger Mukaza is doing the same. It's a good battle. It's almost a game of chess. This has to be the partnership ideally for the Singapore 11 to take this through to the end. Aditya Rangaswamy beating Naveen Param for pace. I wouldn't have even mind sending in somebody like Ariman Uchil at number 3 or 4 to, was he really bashes the ball around, and that would have got the target even closer. But now they really don't need to do anything risky. Just ones and twos, and intelligent cricket would get them home.
Sure. I think Aditya is crucial really for both sides. He's got 2 wickets in just over 1.5 overs, so he really is. It's really important that for them, the World 11, that he takes at least 1 more wicket from his spell. But from Singapore's perspective, I think that probably they would like to just to see him out. You know, working for singles, don't play anything silly, and because they got time on their hand, they just probably be safe just to play the singles for him and work out where they can get the rest of the runs from the other bowlers. But there's no pressure overs wise, wickets in hand still.
And it is exactly that sort of mindfulness that is required at this level. Aditya Rangaswamy there spraying it down the leg side, apologizing immediately. Also giving a round of applause to the youngster for keeping that down to only the wides.
Yes, fantastic.
But the young man did really well behind the stumps there. And Siddharth Srikanth.
Now the youngster will definitely remember this for a while yet. I mean, he's got a future ahead of him, but this will be certainly one of the highlights so far.
No.
Good recovery there. Well done.
Manpreet Singh there checking with the umpire how many deliveries to go. He's a sharp cookie. I think he's looking to do exactly that. Play Aditya Rangaswamy cautiously without taking too many unnecessary risks. They don't need to take any risks at this point. It's a good delivery once again.
Over. Good over, but again, it's wickets that they're going to need at this stage.
Wouldn't even be surprised if they bring back Tafara Chingwara or Charles Weiswa, but they seem to be continuing its spin that gave them the result the previous over.
Sure.
Aminuddin Azhar. You can see the two worms almost now about to converge.
Come on, boys, come on,
It's a very interesting game. That's brilliant running by Manpreet Singh. Called his partner through. Very quick between the wickets.
Come on, fellas.
Another very young, fit cricketer. Runs hard. Has all the shots in the book.
Come on, boys.
Yes, I think I'd like for the spinner that they have on now, they probably try to attack him more. So you see, look, there's two quick singles there, which if they really position cover and mid-wicket in more attacking places, put pressure on these two young guys, it's going to be different. It's going to be a different outcome if they can do that. But they're just letting them get singles here. And we'll play to it.
That's a good shot by Naveen Param. Oh, James Cox, brilliant bit of fielding. Certainly saving a run there for his team. Putting in the dive, being 100%. Wonderful to see.
Fielding.
Listen, I don't even mind having a slip at this juncture. With the two right-handers and the ball going away, and them both being new to the crease.
Very good point, yeah. Another simple single there in the gap. It just seems they're not making them play shots. They're just getting into position,
That's a boys.
seeing where the field is set and spread quite well. So it's not that difficult for the two young guys. It's another single there. Could be more.
Once again, James Cox hunting it down.
Covering a lot of ground there.
Once again, not the best of deliveries, sliding down the leg side. It's really the SG11's game to lose unless they do something really silly. They should win this comfortably.
Well played. That's a nice shot.
Very intelligent batting here. Manpreet Singh also talking to his youngster, the partner, Navin Param. Both these two very capable batsmen. They should just look to knock it around, not take too many risks. And Rohan Ranga still might be able to make it to the movies.
He's a young guy though, so I don't know if he's the late night movie, if he's allowed to watch the late night movie. He's still a young guy.
I think he's over 18 now, safely.
But the youngsters now, they have all these devices now. They watch all sorts of streaming things on television, so maybe the movies is not something for the young guys. Maybe for us old uns, Jamal.
Yes, I think nowadays it's safer to send them to the movies. Aditya Rangaswamy beating the outside edge again. He's looking dangerous. He's looking like he's the one to be negotiated today. I really would like to see a slip, just in case anything flies there. You don't want to miss a chance at this moment.
Yeah. Well bowled.
And well kept too. Bit of sharp bounce right in front of him. Young man. Manpreet Singh running the first one very hard. It's good to see the intensity. Looking for two all the time. Very fit cricketer. Fitness plays such a key role these days.
Yeah, yeah. They, you know, a lot of them are multi-sported. You know, they do all sorts of different activities because cricket requires more than just the elements that we had when we were young. Speed, you know, agility, strength, power. They're just the physical attributes, I think. You know, and this, you know, the tactical side. You know, it's great that you know, that cricket is embracing elements from other sports and other areas to bring it to where it is now. And I think it's only growing and developing as a result.
I think that is one shot SG11 players should put in a locker and lock it away at the moment on this wicket. The pull shot that has resulted in many wickets falling. Yes, I mean, as you were saying, the game has got very scientific these days. And I had the opportunity to spend some time with the touring England test team in Sri Lanka. I had a chat with Johnny Besto. And oh, that's a beautiful shot. Straight back, punched for four.
Even the great James Cox couldn't stop that. That was well hit.
Held his shape, beautifully punched it. And Johnny Besto was sharing with me that the English team, they carry their own coffee, this special coffee from Indonesia. They have their own coffee machine, and at the end of every session or at the end of practices, they have this specially brewed coffee to assist in the stimulation of their mind and also the relaxation. So this has gotten into such a scientific level. I was really amazed. And the number of support staff that travel with the teams these days.
Sure.
Very professional. Now this is a good call. Roger Mukasa bringing himself on. His pace and variations, the ideal on this type of wicket. Navin Param doing really well, playing the angles.
Go, yeah, lads.
Sri Lanka is playing South Africa elsewhere today.
Oh, yeah, bowling.
And South Africa looking for a whitewash, 5-0. Faf du Plessis said that they only have one spot in their World Cup squad to identify. On the other hand, Sri Lanka has all their spots to identify. It's a very good delivery. Roger Mukasa hunting it down. Manpreet Singh up to the challenge, just punching it down calmly for a single.
Yes, I was in Sri Lanka myself in November watching one of the test matches. England were touring there, and I had the pleasure to watch.
Oh, yeah.
It's gone
He's
there, yeah.
bowled him.
Another great bowling change from the captain. And could this be the change of the match? Could it be too little, too late? But it's certainly kept the World 11 in touch.
Here's Navin Param walking far too much across his stumps. And the wily Roger Mukasa nails Midland leg. He delayed the delivery if you watch it closely. And he let Navin Param fall into his own trap. Brings Arimanuchil to the crease, the firefighter. Sturdily built unit. There you see it, Midland leg. Did him around his legs.
Yeah, interesting how he bowled him by bowling around the wicket, and that's probably meant that Navem has just miscalculated where his leg stump is, or middle leg if he's batting on middle leg, and deceived him that way. They're very, very, very clever bowling.
And if you see, he set him up with the previous delivery, bowling it wider.
Sure.
With the angle, making him stretch towards the off stump, and then came straighter. Arimanuchil is capable of hitting the ball extremely hard and extremely long distance. Let's see whether Roger Mukasa will entice him, thereby draw a false stroke. But I think Manpreet Singh really here holds the key to this chase. He's been batting extremely intelligently, risk-free cricket, 12 or 14 balls.
Just put a slip in there, so they're perhaps again seeing him and think, try and bowl to his weaknesses.
And all these players having played against each other so regularly in the past 30 days. Oh, it's a very good delivery. Brilliant over by Roger Mukasa.
Just two from it and a wicket. Just what you want from captain when you hand you the ball, you deliver. And he's done that very well.
And the SG11, they do have batting right the way down to Amjad. And on this list he's marked in to come at number 11, but they wouldn't want to get this too far further away from this pair. Just 29 required of 42 deliveries. James Cox being brought back into the attack. Roger Mukasa entrusting Coxie with the delivery. Knows what he's capable of, what he did the other night.
Yeah, very, very. This is going to be a very interesting spell of bowling from James. I think yes, he went for 15, but he's proven to be a wicket taker, and this could really be the crucial part of the game where we see really who's going to win it from here.
And he'll be bowling to his captain of the EPS team, Manpreet Singh. Teammates 2 nights ago. Today playing for their respective teams. The World 11 and the SG 11. There's a long on, a long off, deep fine leg, deep backward square leg, and a sweeper cover in place.
Well bowled. Good, well fielded as well.
Manpreet is going for the second.
There we go.
Oh dear. That could have been close had it hit.
But you just feel that they do need wickets, and you know, it's a single down to, what is it, 2 down to third man. Does James really want to have the field so spread when it's wickets really that's going to win them the game? Maybe put a slip in there.
And also the men fielding in the 30 yards, they need to understand that they cannot be just hanging around at the 30-yard mark. They need to be coming in, cutting the single. And I certainly agree with you. I would want to see a slip in there. Don't want to see a nick fly by. Aremanuchil on strike.
Well bowled. But again, well bowled for a single. You know, you would have thought, again, that man at deep mid-off on the boundary is really just saving. What is he saving? He's not really there for the wicket, really. At his pace, you know, James is really looking to have a mid-off, one slip, and just putting pressure on the batsman, forcing them to hit over rather than hit for singles.
Yes, this is too easy. They will not be able to restrict and win this game. They just need to find a way to get 2 more wickets, and they can only do that by creating the pressure, having those catching men, maybe a couple of fielders more up in the circle. That deep square leg field, I feel, is wasted if you're not going to bowl anywhere around Midland leg. And as I say so, Coxey decides to send one down to Midland leg, and a wide at that.
Yeah, James is again a consistent bowler. He bowls in that channel of uncertainty, I think that they used to call it. Bowls a full length, so you know you've got your field set. Then you know you have your first slip, mid off, cover, attacking. You can really generally set that field with your eyes closed. Well bowled again, James.
Good money.
But this is probably about the time that the game changed on its head. I think last week with James doing his business. So James has still got an over and a half, 2.5 overs to do something. Let's see if he does it.
Once again, for the life in me, I can't understand why you would play a hook shot to that delivery.
Over.
A bye conceded.
Yes, the wicket's playing very well. So you know it's a consistent length. You know the areas it's going to go through to. The carry's good. But it's not over bouncing, so you can get into position, get in line. You can even leave it, 21 off 36. Don't put yourself in a risky position by playing a pull shot. We've seen 2 people out that way.
This is very intelligent cricket by Manpreet Singh. Risk-free cricket, just what the doctor ordered. Pinging the singles and hitting your boundary markers. Now this is where it can get really interesting. I know Aremanuchil doesn't believe in hanging around. There you go. He hasn't hung around.
Yeah, that was very poor.
That is not very intelligent cricket. Just Roger Mukasa bowling it short, wide. You could have hit it anywhere you wanted to, but he hit it straight to backward point. Just lobbed up a easy catch. And Aditya Rangarajan comfortably gathering it. Could there be a final twist in this game? Well, the SG11 are certainly looking like they want to make things interesting.
and I guess they're keeping everybody watching till the end of this game now, keeping them on the edge of their seat, so I'm sure they're enjoying it. I can hear the music outside, very, very good music being played at the moment, so hopefully the fans outside are enjoying it, we're enjoying it, and I think both teams are still enjoying it. You know, both teams have a good chance of this match, so it's just a great advert for cricket.
DJ Mahesh pumping up the music. Good crowd here at the IA. The cold brews certainly flowing. Roger Mukaza, what a spell of bowling he's in. 1.2 overs, 3 runs, 2 wickets. Also wonderful 80 runs with the bat. Can he pull this one back for his team? And when he came on to bowl, I felt that his type of variations and pace was the ideal on this track. Mainly due to the fact, it's bowled on down the legs. I think the young man there behind the stumps, he had no chance. Roger Mukaza be disappointed with that delivery. And now once again conceding an unnecessary run and an overthrow. Look, the batsmen, they were safely inside the crease. I see no reason why you should have thrown that ball. Pretty sure Arjun Menon will be frustrated. Coach of the World 11. And the coach of the SG 11, he must be on pins. Bilal Asad told me he's going to visit the hairstylist after the end of the EPS. Had a few close ones. I think that should have been stopped. Roger Mukaza of his own bowling. This might not be such a bad idea to give Manpreet Singh the single and look to get the wicket from the other end. The inexperienced youngsters seem to have thrown their wickets away.
Well bowled. Good area to bowl up.
Can't hit the ball off the square. Big man can't
You got
hit
your
the
slip
ball.
in there, yeah. So he's bowled into his field, 2 for 10 of almost 2 overs. So really he's led by example with the bat and the ball.
Oh, that must have been an inside edge there. At the end of 15 overs, SG 11, 149, the loss of 6 wickets. James Cox, can he do something for the World 11 even at this late stage? It's never over till it's over. "13 runs required from these 5 overs. The World 11 requires 4 wickets.
Yep, I think the big wicket is clearly Manpreet. Manpreet Singh has had a great series, and he just, is probably the last big recognised batsman.
And that's a magnificent cover drive.
Yep, I think you'll have to put that into highlights, that shot on its own. And that's how you play the extra cover drive. It's
Shot of the evening. Aditya Rangaswamy slightly erring on length. Manpreet Singh making it look effortless. Magnificent shot. He's shown how to control the chase. Remained calm. Second highest run scorer in this EPS. Showing you why. Beautiful batting. This time on the onside. Straight away off to a single. SG 11 they should do it easy from here. But like I said, cricket's a funny game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the changing of bowling has really worked well for the World 11, but perhaps given James Cox's recent and even consistent wicket-taking form this year, could it have been him that he stayed on? I mean, it's proven now that there's been a big over here, and it's probably seen the Singapore team home and dry now, I think.
Yes. Down Srikanth there. Not able to manage that behind the stumps. Gone for 4 byes. On inside edge. He's done a good job, to be fair to him. It's been just too many extras down the leg side. Surely the Singapore 11 cannot lose it from here. At this level, you should be able to guide the chase home. But I've seen stranger things happen in the last week.
Yes.
Sri Lanka winning a test match, scoring 78 runs for the last wicket.
Yes.
And a Stars team losing 6 wickets for 2 runs. Well, it has been a wonderful EPS tournament, both the 50-over leg and the T20. And this has been a worthy final. Very tough contest between the EPS World 11 and the EPS SG 11.
Well bowled. Oh
No.
dear. I think you didn't, that was needless.
Aditya Rangaswamy, even at these late stages, being a bit flashy, those excesses will be costly. At the end of 16 overs, 35 extras in the 160 of the SG 11 for the loss of 6 wickets.
And the World 11. How many extras was in their innings? I guess probably half as many.
Probably around 17 or 18. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. Now just 2 runs away. Manpreet Singh, run a ball 24. It's really ensured the SG 11 chased this total down.
Very good. Yeah, you just can't beat time out in the middle. You know, whether you're in a rich vein of form, Manpreet has had a great series. It's just great to be out there in the middle, making the most of this experience. As I say, the World Cup coming up soon. Well played.
And that's it. The SG 11 have won this by 4 wickets. Been a great match. Players shake hands, and it's been a wonderful 1 month of cricket with this Mariners EPS 2019 now drawing to a close. James, it was wonderful having you in the comm box.
I loved it. Yes, thank you very much for inviting me, and yeah, it's been a great experience as a spectator. I also participate in some of the coaching with the SCA, so it's just been great to be part of it, and looking forward to the the coming season that the national team have got ahead of them, and the plans that SCA have for cricket in Singapore. So thank you again, and pleasure to be here, and hope to be back again soon.
Look forward to doing this again. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll join you shortly with the awards presentation. Check. Check. Mic test. Good evening and welcome to the awards presentation of this game between the EPS World 11 and the EPS SG 11. What a wonderful month of cricket the EPS has been this summer for the 50-over leg and also the T20 leg, culminating in this final. There were some wonderful performances today, and now first of all I would like to invite Ms. Malini Rangarajan to give away the Man of the Match award. And today's man of the match, despite some wonderful performance from both sides, for his brilliant 80 runs and 2 wickets of 2 overs for 10 runs, Roger Mukasa. Roger would like to have a word with you. Roger would like to have a word with you. Also captaining the World 11 today. Wonderful month of cricket. Commiserations today, but I'm sure you'd have enjoyed this day.
Yeah, it's the first time I struggled to these wickets, but it's been nice to play on this wicket, type of the wicket. It's my first time to play on the type of the wicket. Always back, we play back on the wicket. It's green and grassy. So it's been nice to be here, and we would like to come back to play with the boys. And I would like to cheer the youngster, the keeper, to keep going. Try to keep the big guys and pushing the ball, but it's all about the game, and he has to keep going. It's a good boy. He keep working for the nation.
You guys have been wonderful ambassadors of Uganda and for the sport. We look forward to having you back. All the best for your cricket in the future.
Thank you very much. He will be happy to be here again.
Thank you. Before we give away the winners' medals and the trophy, I would like to have a word with the captain of the EPS SG 11, Mr. Amjad Mehbab. Amjad, wonderful win today. At what point in time you thought you were going to win it or lose it?
Thanks to first of all, thanks to Allah that this time I'm in the winning side. I think it's a great piece of cricket match we have today. One point of time the World 11 looking was very dangerous when the Mukasa is going on. I think we will be will be 180, 170 runs. But at the end our bowler bowl very well in the right areas, and we restrict them to 160. And especially our openers play very well, very super inning by Rohan and Chetan. Good start we get. After that our Manpreet Singh is keep going and get a win for us.
when the World 11 batsmen were going really well, you brought yourself back on and you were able to change the pace and keep the bowling changes going. And also you had some tactical decisions promoting Chaitan up the order, and it all paid off. You must be a happy captain.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, all goes well. I play a lot of cricket on this wicket. I know the behavior of the wickets, how to bowl on these wickets, and tell my boys only just bowl in wicket to wicket. And at the end of the day, they bowl well and we just stick them in under 60.
You seem to have brought the entire team together. Great job and congratulations. I will call you up later for picking the medals, followed by your team.
Thank you.
Now I would like to call upon Mr. Sarika Prasad to give away the winners' medals. Ladies and gentlemen, 2019 Mariners EPS game between the World 11 and the SG11 winners. SG11. Now I would like to call upon the CEO of Singapore Cricket Association, Mr. Saad Khan Chanchua, to give away the winners' trophy. And the winners, EPS SG11. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. That concludes the award ceremony. Good night from the Indian Association Cricket Ground. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good event, Sadhar.
Thanks.